practice today. Players had a lot of energy, and so I'm gonna let y'all ask. Hey, one other couple of notes on injuries. Jason Kroon is getting surgery on his shoulder. This is a shoulder that's been kind of popping in and out, and then we had to make a decision at some point whether to wait through the season or to do it now so he can get back for spring. So, and then Tino Thomas has a similar deal that we'll probably do surgery on.
So Kroon has already had the surgery, or? He's walking around.
Yes. Yes.
He had it last week.
He had it last week. Thanks, Brent.
According to his Twitter.
How's Justin Coleman been?
I need to start reading Twitter. Get better information, huh?
How's Justin Coleman been playing?
He's played very well, very well. We always knew, you know, he has the measurables we look for at corner. He's got the range, the size, the speed, the height. So he's, to us, kind of, you know, prototype what you're looking for from a height, weight, speed, position-specific standpoint. And, you know, his biggest issues, of course, learning the techniques. He wasn't really a corner in high school, and just maintaining a little calm. He gets a little out of control sometimes, and that costs him. But he's playing really well, and I think he's got a chance to have a really bright future at that position.
Was Tyler limited at all today, or?
No, he was good. He went through the whole practice. If he was, he didn't show it or didn't say it, and he performed fine.
Derek, what about Rajon? How much did he do today?
He didn't do anything. He was over there with Jason doing the kind of the prima donna I'm injured workout.
What do you attribute the energy today? Was it an unusual amount of energy for you guys?
It probably had a little more pep than normal, but I just think it's the, you know, it wasn't surprising to me because of the team makeup. I think I like our makeup. I've always liked it, and they've never been a group that gets down or goes in the tank, and you know, and I'm sure they're frustrated because they want results like we all do. But I think they believe in each other, and I think they believe in what we're doing. And so, you know, it's like I told them, anytime you approach your work with a good attitude and a lot of enthusiasm, you'll feel good about it. You'll feel good about yourself and what you do. And they did it today.
Do you know offhand how many snaps Jerron Tony had over the weekend? And are you
in the game?
Yeah.
I think he had about 10, roughly. He's making good progress. You know, he's a good spare for Eric at that star position. And so if Eric's getting winded or a little struggling on some things, we can calm him down. We have confidence to put Jerron in and get us through.
For a player like Darrington Centimore, is there something?
Hey, Gribble, what are you doing here, man?
Here all week.
You're not back in Knoxville, are you?
No, it's for the week. So.
The enemy now, huh? Y'all didn't tell me Gribble's here.
I was going to ask you, for a player like Darrington, do you have to like tell him things to not, so he doesn't get too excited for a game like this, to kind of manage his?
Centimore?
Yeah, Centimore.
Well, he's an emotional guy, and he's a passionate guy, and you know, I'm sure he says things and does things that he looks back on and wishes he would, and that's part of maturing. And we've had a lot of discussions with him, and Darrington's made a lot of mistakes that he acknowledges. So, you know, that's just part of his growth. He's made a lot of progress from a maturity standpoint in the last year. He really has, and he's got a lot to keep building on. So I'm really proud of how he's integrated in. I think he learned a lot of lessons from his time at Alabama, and I think Darrington will be the first to tell you, you know, he made a lot of mistakes that he wishes he didn't make, and probably could have had success there like he's having here had he made a lot better personal choices.
Did you talk to Nick about him before going into?
No, I knew Darrington because we recruited him, and I knew him at Louisiana Tech. We didn't think he was going to qualify, and we thought we could get him. So I was very well aware of you know, his background, family situation, his risk, all that, and so there were no surprises.
In terms of what he's done on the field so far,
he's played good football, and he could keep playing better. You know, he plays really well when he plays with his technique and he's not tired. But then when he tries to do things outside the framework of the system or he gets really tired, he doesn't perform as well.
Yesterday in your press conference, you said that you were going to get more involved in the defense. What exactly are you getting?
Well, I say that. Look, I have all the faith in the world in what we're doing and what we're teaching and how we're calling everything. And when I said that, it's really just being another eye to see if there's anything that I could add that could help that I aren't already doing. And so just being a little more watchful on some things, and it's not because we're doing anything wrong, and it's not because there's not any belief in what we're doing. It's none of that. It's just, you know, making sure we're dotting every I and crossing every T to help the kids.
Is that really on the practice field or more in the meeting rooms, film? What has
a little more in the film and, you know, game planning and that sort of stuff.
Derek, when you went back and watched the play where Tyler got injured Saturday, before you could get him evaluated on Sunday, I mean, how worried were you about the severity of the injury?
I was worried, but when I saw him play through it the way he did, there's no way if it would have been really serious that he could have taken us on that drive the way he did. And so I was really worried, like the play after, and he missed the slant throw. It was some negative energy was getting in my brain about what lies ahead.
He's undergoing a lot of treatment, he said. I mean,
yeah.
I think he showed a measure of toughness or a show.
I think he always shows it, guys. I mean, this guy has got toughness that a lot of quarterbacks don't have. You saw it his first year when he got hit 682 times and just kept getting up and throwing it. You saw it last year when he stayed in a play after he broke his thumb and tried to throw a pass, which, I mean, it's stupid to do that. And then you saw him come back late in the season when he really wasn't ready. He couldn't throw very well. His hand was hurting, but he's a competitor. You know, so anybody that ever questions that kid's toughness is out of their mind. They're not watching him compete.
Hey, is that the type of stuff that earns respect of teammates when they see stuff like that?
Yeah, I think they respect him. But the best way to earn respect as a teammate is to go perform well and be consistent, you know.
Derek, I know AJ's everywhere and you guys miss Kurt.
Yes.
Overall, linebacker, are you getting the production you like from that?
Well, I don't think there's any position on defense where we say we're getting what we need. But it's hard to say we're not getting what we need from AJ, but there's a lot he can improve on, pass coverage and stuff like that. But he's a special, unique player. And, you know, we are missing Kurt and we're missing Brian. But Darryl did a great job. You know, he didn't play perfect, but you didn't really notice him, that's step one when your first game. Don't get noticed. Step two is get noticed for the right reasons.
How close is Dante and Sapp to pushing Herman Lathers for that starting spot?
I wouldn't say he's close to pushing for starting position, but Don Tavis has earned the right to play. Herman's doing fine.
How did Kurt look today in terms of his health?
He's okay. The problem's the stinger. So, you know, you never know. When he takes a hit, could be the first hit, could be the 8th hit, could be the 28th hit, and then he comes out and it's kind of numb, and then you got to wait till it unnumbs. It's going to be a problem.
It was against Bama a year ago that Worley made his debut at the college level. I mean, how far has he grown since then?
I forgot about that. He just took a snap and handed off, though.
No, then he
didn't throw a pass, did he?
No, he didn't throw a pass.
Yeah.
He just handed off. But yeah, it was down inside the 5.
They had a series where Lane fumbled, and then he came back and had another series started at the 1. But I mean, that's when you sort of made the move. How far has he come in that year?
I think he's made a ton of progress, but we won't know until he gets that opportunity. Kind of hope he doesn't. Not because I don't want to play Justin, but he's done really well. We have all the confidence in the world if we have to put Justin in that we can go run the offense and do it effectively.
When Kurt's not able to go, what are some of your options there with some of the
other guys.
Well,
He's had some injuries.
it's a struggle, you know, and hey, we're not as good without Kurt. That's just how it is. When you take a real dynamic edge playmaker off the field, and you're just not as good. And it doesn't mean the other guys aren't good. It just means Kurt has really good ability. But, you know, Jock and Willie B are there, and we're probably going to try to integrate Jordan Williams a little bit. We need to get him going because he's a fast twitch, big guy with some disruptive ability. But we're still trying to figure out the right pieces.
Is there anything that's held Jordan Williams back to this point a little bit?
I think probably just youth and, you know, learning the system, that combination.
You guys have faced some pretty elite defensive backs, David Emerson, Jonathan Banks. How do you think D. Miller compares to those guys?
He's right there with them, yeah. And they got a ton of guys with, you know, size, speed, and athleticism. But, you know, D's got really good instincts. And he's long, tough, you know, so he's a little more physical, plays that boundary.
Probably going to be in the office this week. We wanted to consult with your doctors first. Is that still looking like the case?
Yeah, I mean, what did I declare? Probable in the box, which is doubtful on the field.
But it's still, I didn't.
Yeah, no new updates. I think it's probably going to be one of those, I don't know. I'll update you on that. I'm not really thinking about that until about Friday.
Crim still can get a medical at this point, despite playing some, or
Yeah. He can. It's a red shirt.
Right.
He can take a red shirt year.
yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
Same for Tino.